Recording in progress.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the June 16th, 2022 meeting of the West Sacramento Area Flood Control Agency. We are meeting this morning by live teleconference pursuant to Government Code 54953 as amended by Assembly Bill 361 to reduce the spread of COVID-19. Members of the public have been invited to participate in the meeting by live stream or phone call, which information was included in the meeting agenda announcement. Would the clerk please call the roll? Call the attendance, excuse me.
Chair Ramos.
Here.
Vice Chair Alcala.
Here.
Director Ledesma.
Here.
Thank you. All are present.
Thank you. Our first item on our agenda today is presentation by the public on matters not on the agenda within the jurisdictions of the agency. Have we had any members of the public come forward with any comments or presentation?
Good morning. There were no comments received from the public beforehand, and I invite anyone to speak now regarding any matters not on the agenda.
Hearing none, we'll move forward to item 1B, a report out on closed session.
Good morning, Chair Ramos. The board met in closed session this morning on 3 items listed on the agenda, took no reportable action.
Okay, thank you. Item 1C, our monthly and year-to-date revenue and expense review.
Good morning again, board members and staff. I'll be reporting out on the revenue and expenditures for the month of April 2022. In our O&M Fund 870, the beginning balance was at approximately $6.6 million. There was no revenue, and expenditures totaled $30,000, making the ending position still a little under $6.6 million, so it didn't move that much. In our CIP Fund 871, the beginning balance was $6.9 million. The agency received $685,000. $159,000 of that was from quarter 41 true-up, and $525,000 of that was from a reimbursement from our FMP grant. Expenditures totaled $516,000, making Fund 871's ending position to be at $7.1 million. At the end of the month, the combined cash position was $13.73 million. The second installment of the flood assessment posted to Fund 870 in May, and that amount was $2.35 million. So as of June 6, 2022, the combined cash position was approximately at $15.48 million. That's all I have to report. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Sorry, thank you, Jen. Any questions from the board?
No.
Okay. Again, thank you very much. On to our consent agenda. We have like 5 items. One of the items, item 3, there was some changes that were to the documents that were provided by the Central Valley Flood Protection Board since the board package was sent out. I just want to inform everyone that staff has looked through those, and they're just minor changes, nothing material. And as a result, they've recommended that we still move forward with approving a resolution authorizing the chair to enter into the PPA with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the Central Flood Protection Board. That and the other items are on the consent agenda. Does anyone have any questions or comments on the consent agenda? Otherwise, I will entertain a motion to approve the item.
Alcala moved.
Yeah, I'll second. Just good work to the staff. Thanks.
Okay. Been moved by Vice Chair Acala and seconded by Mr. Ledesma. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Director Ledesma,
Aye.
Vice Chair Alcala,
Aye.
Chair Ramos.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to our regular agenda, item 7A, WSAFCA project update.
Good morning, Chair Ramos and members of the board. Just a few updates for you right now. Jen's already reported out on the fact that we received our second installment of the flood assessment for over $2 million. We're in a really good place right now when it comes to local funding and anticipation for the federal project moving forward. I'm sad to report that we have had some vandalism and theft in the offset area in the restoration project. So both pumps were vandalized. Batteries were stolen from each one of them, and so River Partners is stepping up by putting in some temporary equipment, and now they're also going to be removing the batteries every night that the irrigation pump has run. So they're going to put those into a secured storage. But this little added maintenance will be it will detract a little bit. The project is still operating very well. The plants are healthy. We haven't had a lot of heat, as you know. So we're still anticipating a good performance monitoring, but good, and then I've also had River Partners make those reports to the police department just so that they're aware that we're experiencing that kind of vandalism at the project.
Hey, Paul, was the attack by land or by sea?
Presumably by land. Presumably they did not come in through the inlet. They're pretty grown up these days. I don't know if you've been out there, but if you look from the other side of the river, you'll see that where the inlets are, there's a lot of growth. Vice Chair Acala, you have a question?
Yes, I was going to ask, how much should the theft come to?
The value.
It's a dollar.
I don't know. I don't have a specific dollar amount. My guess is that it's in the $500 to $600 range.
Okay, thank you.
Moving along, let's talk a little bit about Sac River North. So we've been working with the Army Corps of Engineers to get our drilling program plans approved. And our consultant, our geotech consultant, Blackburn, has begun borings. They completed 2 last week over near North Harbor Boulevard. I believe they've moved to the rivers today. So we're doing a boring there. We have a few more borings, but in segments 1 and 2. Just so everybody understands, Sac River West North Levee, I believe, is in 5 different segments that goes from the weir down to the Deepwater Ship Channel. Our initial explorations are going from the Deepwater Ship Channel on the way down to where to the Broderick boat ramp, if you will. We're still, BCI or the geotech is still working through another drilling plan that will go essentially from the Indian Heritage Center all the way down to the Tower Bridge. Mark and I have been working with private property owners and identifying city properties where we'd like to do some more explorations to try to get rights of entry. So that's the process that's going on in support of that design. So there's been a lot of coordination with the Corps on this with the local district office, specifically around, making sure that we have our biological monitors, cultural monitors, that the tribes have been informed of the work. And in fact, Yochi Dehi did send out a tribal monitor for the first boring that we were conducting over in the north. And then I don't know if I reported on this previously or not, but we did receive another $7.38 million in the work plan for the Army Corps of Engineers. However, your action today on the PPA and the LPPA is the beginning of a circuitous route to get all of these approved so that the Corps can actually go back to work and start spending some of those appropriations that the Congress has already approved. So all of these documents, so after our signatures today, they'll go to the Central Valley Board next week. Then they'll go to the Army Corps of Engineers, where they'll take between 2 weeks and a month, that looks like, to get approved, routed and approved. And then they'll be able to work full bore on looking at what construction project we release for the Yolo East Bypass project, and what kind of additional support we need for design, or they need for design for Sac River West North. Those are the updates I have for you this morning. If there are any questions?
No.
Questions? I guess not. Well, very good. We did receive the additional money. Hopefully we or the Corps will be able to put it to use soon. So thank you. That being said, we're next item on the agenda is 7B, Director's Comment. Anyone have any specific comments to make at this time?
No.
Hearing none, I'll move to item C, which is adjournment. Thank you all for attending, and see you again soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.